Okay, Walter, this is the second test video. Okay, as I told you in the last video, I tightened this back jaw, so that it seems to be working a lot better. I put the block back in. Instead of starting on the bad side, I decided to put the one factory side up and one factory side against here. So at least I got a better chance of getting started here than I had last time. So last time was the obstacles were greater. So anyway, I've started making a cut across here. I don't know, I'm picking off just a small amount, and it seems to be going all right. It seems to be even all the way across so far. I haven't hit any low spots. Seems to be taking it off pretty, and it should, actually. The two factory sides are probably fairly square with each other, so, and hopefully that, I looked in the last video, I could see, when I was, at some point I could see there was a gap in that bottom of that jaw. So, so now, I don't have that. And just tightening up those two screws, I think, probably did the trick. But I probably will add a couple more screws just in case. So, but this is working very well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the end of this cut, shut the camera off for a few minutes while I switch this around to the other factory side. What I'll do is I'll flip it over and put this side against the front jaw, and now there's a factory side over here, so I'll cut that next and see how that goes. Hopefully I won't have any major obstacles like I had in the last video. If I can just make a little progress each time, probably work some kinks out of the shaper at the same time. I'm sure it's got a lot of things I can make better, not perfect, I know. Okay, we're getting to the end of the cut. So I'm going to take a look here. I know I'm not zoomed in, so let's zoom in, just take a quick look at what I've done. Oh, let me move it over just a little bit. There we go. So that's what I've done, and taking a few thousandths off. And so that went along very smoothly. So let me zoom back out again. Okay. So I'm going to shut the camera off now, and then I'll come back after I reset up. Okay, I'm back again. So let me turn the viewer around here so I can see what I'm doing. So this is I don't know what that's. I marked this size number 1, so that's the first side I cut. And here's the factory side. So what I'm going to do is put this first side against the back jaw. Make sure it's clean. Put that side against the back jaw this time. And hopefully it doesn't ride up or anything this time. So maybe tap it down a little bit. Feels nice and solid, even that. So, well, the vise is tight. This block isn't symmetrical, so we'll have to fool around with the height again. Well, it's, I think maybe go down a few thousandths. Hard to tell how much I'm taking off because I've got the, I beveled it in the belt sander. Well, let's just take that much off. Put a little oil on it. the brush is probably full of it, so it's got enough. I don't think it needs any oil anyway, but yeah, that's more realistic. Starting off with a factory edge. I'm not taking anything off. It looks like it could be taking some more off the back side. So okay, so let's go take another couple thousandths off. Maybe make it 3 more thousandths. So I'll come back over to the start again, and hopefully hopefully I'm not going to take too much off again. So that's going along nicely. Now I don't know what's going to happen when I get to my, I've added some more depth to it, so I found out last time don't dig in because that causes all kinds of problems. Hopefully I learned a lesson. Usually I have to learn a couple times. That's my nature. Okay, so I'll shut the camera off and come bring you back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm nearing the end of the cut. Well, I got another 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch to go, so it'll take me a couple minutes to get there. It's going along just beautifully, nice and symmetrical. I'm thinking that I'm thinking the back jaw is okay now. I've been thinking there's some way I can check for squareness. First thing I'll do is check with the square, as I know it's true, and see if it visually looks fine. And then I can check with a dial indicator. Getting down to the end is still just cutting smooth as glass, so no problem there. Okay, so that's it. Oh, that's good. Well, we're good there. We'll take this out of the vise. And then I'm going to mark this other side. Well, the oil takes my magic marker off. Well, this is side number 1, so this is number 2. So that's it. So we got 1 and 2. So let's see what we got here. Perfect. Look at that. That's perfect. I mean, visually it's perfect. So nothing like the problems we had last time. So that's great. I think that rear jaw was the whole problem there. Now I'll break those edges. Actually, the break was deep enough that probably it doesn't matter. I'll go break that edge again, make sure that I don't want it to cause me some problems later. Okay, so the first time I cut this way, so now we're down. So these two edges should sit in the vise perfectly. But I'm going to put this piece of rod in there again, just in case. But if the vise is halfway square, should do it. Now I know this side is really bad. I know that. So I'm not sure what to do about that. To get it square might take several passes. Let's see if I can even get something started here. Now what? Well, that's taking a pretty good sized cut off there. It's taking the cut off this front edge. I'm not sure whether I should keep going or not. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to keep taking that amount off. I don't know how much we're taking off. I'm sure I can't tell with this, but I'll take a look anyway. See if I can get some indication. That might be about right. I think about 12 thousandths off, so that should do that without any problem. But it's not hitting this back edge right here. So I'm going to shut the camera off again and finish this pass, and then one more pass should do it. That if this is symmetrical, I mean if it stays the same all the way across. So shut the camera off. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if you can see in the camera. But it was only taking. This is the one edge that's really boogered up. So let me see. Let me zoom in on it. So it was only taking off this front edge right here. That's all. And so what I did was I cranked it down a little bit. Now it's taking off a pretty good chunk. So, but it's all the way across. So hopefully, I'm not sure whether or not it's going to take this off or not. So I'm apprehensive because of the lesson I learned last time. So I'm gonna try. See what happens. One thing too, you know, I kind of realize is I need to put what do I want to say? I need to put a hold down screw or lever on this jib here. I'm not so worried about the carriage, but I'm afraid that there's enough backlash in this thing that it can move. So it seems to be okay, but I'm thinking I need a hold down screw there. One right in the center, and I can tighten it and loosen it to make sure that that doesn't move. Well, that seems, this side now seems to be going along okay. I seem to be getting a full cut. I know when I get down here further it's going to be taking off more, so I don't know how that's going to work. It could be another difficulty. So I won't bore you with this cut, so I'll wait till I get down to the end and I'll let you know how I did. So it's going to take me 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop the video. Okay, I'm finding out that I'm having the same little difficulty as I move down the way here that I had over here in this corner. So all of a sudden now it's just cutting on this front edge now. So I can see now that I got to finish out this pass, and then I got to make one more complete pass to get it squared up. So it was quite a few thousandths out, is what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that off, and then I'll see where I'm at. I'll bring you back when I'm approaching the place where I'm getting this squared off, because I can see now that whatever this is, it's got to finish. I'll have to finish this cut, and then hopefully one more cut will do it across the entire length of the block. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, Walter, it's only been a couple minutes, so all I did was go back and start and cranked it down some more. And again, I'm going to have to put a locking screw on this jib. I don't think it's moving, but I don't know. Anyway, it looks like this time, whatever I'm taking off, which is a pretty good chunk, it's going to make it. Looks like it's going to make it. I hope it doesn't dig in on me. I'm sorry I'm boring you, I know, but I have to keep starting and stopping the camera, and then I have to, you know, merge all this stuff together in the end, so, which doesn't take long to do, just takes a couple seconds, but okay, we're almost there. Alright, that's it. So okay, so I don't know, we're going to zoom back out again just so you can get the overall picture. So now what I'll do, this is side 3, so I'm going to take this back out of the vise. And again, I'll go break the corners on it. Looks good. I know you can't see it where you're at, but it does look good. So I'm going to go break these two corners again. Make sure that they're not going to be in my way. I'm going to mark this one side 3. Okay. That's gonna. Well, let's see what we got here. Absolutely perfect. I mean, it's visually perfect. I don't. I don't know, but there is no daylight. So that looks good. We should be getting, so these two sides shouldn't be too far out, but that said, that's a whole nother problem, right? So 944 there. 940, 44, 944, 944. We're pretty close. Well, that's good. So now I need to put side 3 against the vise. This side's all screwed up too. That's one of the sides that was screwed up. So, although that was the first side I did, right? So maybe that, actually that was the first one I did in the last video. Maybe it's not too far off. I don't know. Kind of hard to looks like it's going to bite right there. Oh, maybe too much. Oh, yeah, this side's not good either. It looks like it's going to take it off this front edge, and it looks like it's taking a bunch off. So that could dig in on me again, I guess. I don't know if I got enough oil in this brush. Yeah, I do. I got oil. So I guess I'll bring you back after I get down or see what happens on this cut. Okay, I'm back. It's only been a couple minutes, but I realize I've reached. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I've reached this point here, which is probably about 2/3 of the way through, and it's been cutting fine actually, but I could see even in the beginning that this side over here was low, and this corner is the lowest. So it's like the other bad side, right? But it's, you know, like 80% of it it's going to make the cut. So it's a little bit deep here, but that's okay. It's cutting it, so I don't have any problem there. So, you know, I got to finish this cut and then one more light cut across the whole thing to bring it in. And I'm pretty sure that considering the other two sides are parallel, that these two sides are going to be parallel too. So I think that tightening those screws up pretty much did the trick. So maybe adding a couple more screws would be a good thing. And also I got to put a lock on this jib. So that could be causing me some problems too. If this is moving at all, even 1 or 2 thousandths can screw me up. And this thing's got a lot of backlash in it. So it's got a, you know, I don't know, 1/8 of a turn or more, not 1/4 of a turn, but it's got more than 1/8 of a turn of backlash in it. And I'm not sure how tight the jib is either. I may have the jib, you know, I may be able to tighten the jib up a little bit more, but it needs a lock in it. It does. So anyway, I'm going to call off now, and this will be the second video, and I think that's it for now on the Vise. I think the Vise is working 99%, so I'm happy with that, and we'll carry on from here. Okay? Anyway, hopefully this tells you where I'm at. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.